Hey guys, I told you I was going to do this video. First thing we're going to do is all types of tack, Western, English, basically all the tack that we have. Okay, just making sure I had something. That's all of our tack, and some of it's in crates and everything else. But, okay, so I'm just going to start Western, because we have a lot of that. So this is my mom's saddle. My saddle got taken away and possibly sold to somebody who I hate. So yeah, this is my mom's Western saddle. Western saddles have horns. They have a really wide skirt and tons more leather, or in some cases synthetic fabrics. My mom's has some leather and some synthetic, like the skirt, the saddle, synthetic. And so is the seat. And the stirrups. But, oops, my chair's made a weird noise. Western saddles look quite a bit different. They look quite different and they feel really way different. So I'm just going to show you some things about each discipline and their saddles and tack and stuff. So I'll show you stirrups. This is how to adjust a Western stirrup. Most all Western stirrups are like this. Some of them are bigger, some are smaller. This one's leather and reinforced in synthetic fabric. But you're going to slide this little metal piece up. And you might have to wiggle it around. Some saddles stick really bad. And I'm just going to flip this over and show you. There's two, usually anywhere from 2 to 3, and these are not always up and down. Sometimes they're side to side. And then you put them in the hole that you want. I gotta find where it was. There. And then you put it in the hole you want. Go farther out the shorter it is. And then you slide this metal piece, it'll slide right back over. And like I said, sometimes you have to really wiggle them, because a lot of them don't like to adjust. And Veronica's phone's going on. And then to change your stirrup, you can come here and unwrap this and take everything off. See? This goes right there. So that's how that works. And this saddle's actually really hasn't been ridden in much at all. So it's really new still. And they have the little, I can't remember what you call it, stirrup leg tab. I guess it'd be kind of similar. I am not similar to a knee roll, but. And then you have your different ornamentations and conchos, and usually you'll have a brand stamp somewhere on your saddle. Sometimes it's up here, sometimes it's on the stirrup flap, sometimes it's back here. It all just depends.
Or on the horn.
Yeah, sometimes on the horn too. And a lot of different saddles will have tooling and stuff on the leather, which is the decoration of leather. And then you have usually 2 rings, 2 to 3 rings on each side. You have a ring for your back cinch, and this is a little different from some saddles. Ours are attached with a little flat, or with a little strip of leather right here. That way they don't just they always the same length apart, and the same thing on the other side. And then some saddles you have to attach. And I'm caught under metal. Your legato or cinch strap, whatever you want to call it. And some are leather, some aren't. Same thing. This is synthetic. And then up here you have your hooks for a breast collar. I'll show how to hook that up quick. I'm going to grab my breast collar. It's up here and right handy. So this is, don't try to get that part of the brush. This is our breast collar. You'll notice one end will be a little different from the others, and that's this end. This will go underneath your horse and attach to the girth, and I'll show you where it clips to in a second. But basically, you undo your straps. Mine are backwards. Mine are backwards because I haven't used it too much lately, and people keep messing with it, so I have to keep redoing it, and I don't pay attention. So make sure both sides are right. And this one's correct, so you undo it, and some of them just have little clips that you clip up. But you put this through here, and I'm just going to do it on the shortest one, that way nothing's hanging around on both here. The two sides that are the same are the ones that hook up here. Yeah, we have labels with duct tape. That one says Wildfire, because this is mainly hers. This is one of the saddles that fit her good. And like this is nylon. So you can actually make other holes in these. All you have to do is heat up a nail, and yeah. So this will go around your horse's chest and shoulders, and then I'm going to real quick show you how it hooks up to the girth. This is for demonstration purposes. My girth is under the horse's belly. Not exactly the best spot. I'm going to hold that up. So the girth is like this. Ron, you want to hold that on that side too. And this, sorry, I didn't mean to hit you, will come down, okay, hold on, and snap. Oh, hi, fly. It's a little fly on the ground. It's kind of hard to do with one hand. And it'll snap onto your girth, and that'll help keep your girth from sliding back, and your saddle and everything in place.
And it'll also make it look pretty.
Oops, my thing came with it. And if you have them really loose, like mine is, then they're going to come undone. You have to have them snug. You can't have them like really loose, and don't want to have them really tight either, because that's going to hurt your horse. And like these, you could buy a replacement strap if you needed to. I like this one, and it's lime green, so it all works. Next part of English tack. I gotta reach up and grab it. Then I get it out. Saddle pad. I'm using all my lines and stuff. Saddle pad. I guess it's kind of obvious. It protects the horse's back from the saddle. Keeps your saddle clean. Keeps your horse comfortable. Everything else under the sun. And there's different types of saddle pads. There's saddle pads, which is, they have a whole bunch of cushion in them. And there's saddle blankets, which we put away. Oh no, we don't put them away. There's one right here. In this little coat. I'm going to move all my junk over though. Sorry. Here's a saddle blanket. See, this is a saddle pad. It's relatively thick. And then this is a saddle blanket, which is pretty darn thin.
It's like during summertime.
Summertime riding is usually when I use a saddle pad. Or if your horse is really well conditioned, then you can use a pad all year round. But a saddle blanket just keeps the horse cooler, but it's a little less comfortable for your horse, since there's not as much protection between their back and
the saddle.
Yeah. Next, I'm going to show you.
You might want to grab the headstall too.
Yeah, that's so good. Next, I'm going to show you two types of bridles or riding. Your directional, moving your horse around. First off, I'm going to use a more traditional Western, show you more traditional Western riding. This is a bridle, and it has a plain old curved bit. This one's copper coated, because some horses just don't like the taste of steel. So that's what one of those looks like. Obviously the bit goes in the horse's mouth. This is called a leverage bit, which means it's different from a snaffle, because when you pull on the reins, if any of you know anything about levers, you'll know that it increases the force. So that's what a leverage bit is. It increases the force quite a bit. Snaffles are not leverage bits. Snaffles, simple, I'd say. That's one of the most common Western bits, and obviously leather headstall. English bridles are a little different, and I'll show you that in a bit. They're about the same. Okay, so this I can get it untangled, is a hackamore. My gelding does not like bits at all in his mouth, so we use a hackamore. This is another type of leverage, and you can break, if you pull hard enough, you could break your horse's nose easily with a hackamore. This is they call it a mechanical hackamore. There's regular hackamores. They're usually called Basels, though, is the more common term for those. There, it's all twisted up. It's the same on top as your head stall. Mine has has a little bit of silver, but this goes around the horse's nose. I'm gonna use my hand as a pretend horse's nose. You pull this way, it creates pressure, and so it's a little different. It's something to use if your horse does not like bits. You should probably a halter would work just as good. I've split reins, so I can't really hang my reins up very well. Just kind of have to. I'll pick it up. I'll think about other Western things now. Lariat. This is off. A lot of people usually won't use these unless you're a roper. And I gotta get the right end because it's all tangled up because Nick just threw it up there last night. Where's my, there it is. Oh, there we go. This is a lariat. You use it for cattle, roping, calf tying, pretty much anything that involves roping. I'm not an avid roper. I can kind of rope, but I'm not good at it. But basically, this is where you throw. I don't know technical terms for roping, so excuse me on that. And you grab it right here, and there's a little, I don't know what you call it, slip hole, knot. And that's where you hold it, is right there. So there's that. And then they'll usually wind up into a smaller. You usually want to have it quite big, that way you can hit your target. Oh my goodness. This is just another random thing. Sorry, I'm just kind of pulling out whatever I see. It's a fly bonnet, and it's cute, and it goes with my lime green tack. My mom got it.
For your birthday.
For my birthday. For my horse, not me. Just to clarify. What else? Halters. I have so many different types of halters. Halters and lead ropes. This is the one we used last night. No, night before. Sorry. You can use regular halters if you're working with like a really hiked up horse. It's better to use a rope halter because the ropes aren't going to break at all. I'll grab one quick. Rope halters aren't the least likely out of any halter you have to break. So that's either one or two single pieces of rope, but this rope ain't coming apart. I could swing from this thing easy. But yeah, rope halters, if you're working with a high-strung horse and your horse is pulling or rearing or whatever, it's going to be your best bet to go with a rope halter until you know your horse is calmed down, or is a calm horse. I'll show you next. Wait. My crop is upstairs in my room. Crop is mainly used for riding, just to encourage your horse to do something. We have two types of whips. I call this a ground whip. You can use it for lunging if your horse is like not really well trained, but if your horse is really well trained, you shouldn't have to use a whip at all. If your horse is getting better, you start out with a lunge whip. It's all tangled up. Okay, so this is not good. Somebody ripped it around and wrapped it. Sorry, not ripped it. I'm trying